Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today, we are going to learn about a very fundamental and a very fascinating process in biology, and that is cell division. This is the amazing way that our bodies, and in fact all living things, grow, heal themselves, and continue life. So let's begin.
So, what will we cover in today's class? First, we will understand why our bodies need new cells. Then, we'll look at the process itself, cell division. After that, we will explore the two types, mitosis and meiosis. Compare them side by side to understand their special roles. And finally, we will summarize the most important points for you to remember. All right, let's start with our very first question. Why does our body need to keep making new cells at all?
Just think about it for a moment. You are so much bigger now than when you were a small baby, isn't it? And if you get a small cut on your finger, in just a few days it heals. How do these things happen? Well, the answer to both these questions is the same. Our body is making new cells. You see, our bodies need new cells for four main reasons. First, for growth. Second, to replace old and worn out cells, like our skin cells. Third, to repair injured tissues, like when we get that cut. And fourth, for a very special purpose, reproduction, which involves forming cells that we call gametes.
So now we know why we need new cells. Let's move on and understand how our body actually makes them. In this, whole magic happens through a process called cell division.
Cell division is exactly what the name suggests. It's a process where one cell, we can call it a parent cell, divides to create new ones. And this tells us a very important rule in biology. All new cells must come from cells that already exist. They cannot just appear from nowhere.
Now, our body is very smart. Depending on the need, it uses two different methods, two different types of cell division. These are called mitosis and meiosis. Let's look at each one carefully.
We will start with mitosis. You can think of this as the process our body uses for all its everyday work, like growing bigger and healing from injuries.
So, to define it, mitosis is the process of cell division that is used for the growth and repair of our body's tissues. When you grow taller or when that cut on your skin heals, that is mitosis at work. The process is actually quite straightforward. It begins with a single cell, which we call the mother cell. This mother cell divides just one time. And what is the result? It produces two new daughter cells that are completely identical.
And here is the most crucial point to remember about mitosis, students. The two new daughter cells are not just identical to each other, they also have the exact same number of chromosomes as the original mother cell. They are perfect genetic copies.
Now let's move to the second type of cell division, which is meiosis. This is a very special process used for a very specific purpose. You see, meiosis is a process that happens only in the reproductive organs. Its only purpose is to produce special cells called gametes. In males, these gametes are the sperm, and in females, it is the ovum, or the egg cell. Now, the process here is quite different from mitosis. Meiosis also starts with one mother cell, but notice this very important difference. The cell divides two times, one after the other. And because it divides twice, what do we get? We get four new cells, not just two. And this brings us to the most unique thing about meiosis. The four new cells that are formed, they have only half the number of chromosomes as the original mother cell. This is a very, very crucial difference to remember. This leads us to a very logical question, doesn't it? Why? Why must the chromosome number be reduced to half in these gametes? Just take a moment to think, what would happen during reproduction if it was not halved? The reason is very simple and logical. During fertilization, a sperm cell from the father combines with an egg cell from the mother. Now, because each gamete has half the chromosomes, when they combine, the new offspring gets the correct full number. This simple step ensures the chromosome number for a species remains the same generation after generation. Okay, now that we've seen both processes, let's put them side by side and compare them. This will make the differences very clear for you. Let's go through this table together. First, the purpose. For mitosis, it is growth and repair. For meiosis, it is only for forming gametes. Next, the daughter cells. Mitosis gives us two identical cells, but meiosis gives us four new cells. And finally, and most importantly, the chromosome number. In mitosis, it stays the same, but in meiosis, it becomes half. Now, let's clear up a common doubt that students often have. Does meiosis also help in the growth or repair of our body? The answer is a very clear no. Please remember this for your exams as well. Mitosis is for growth and repair. Meiosis is only for reproduction. Its sole function is to produce gametes. That's it.
So, let us quickly summarize and conclude our topic. Why both mitosis and meiosis are so important for life. To put it simply, think of mitosis as the process for growing and healing. It allows an organism to get bigger and to fix itself. Meiosis, on the other hand, is essential for sexual reproduction. It allows for the creation of new life. Both are absolutely crucial, but for completely different reasons. And I will leave you with a final question to think about. We've learned that daughter cells are basically copies. So what might happen if the original mother cell had a small mistake, what we call a mutation, in its DNA before it divided? What would be the result, both in mitosis and in meiosis? That's something for you to think about. Thank you for your attention today.